He cheated on me with my best friend and announced it at my own birthday party, in front of everyone. I was humiliated, heartbroken, and left crying on the bathroom floor while they made out in my kitchen. But 6 months later, I didn't just move on. I leveled up. And when he tried to come back, let's just say, I didn't even need to say no. He saw who I was becoming and realized he was never even in my league to begin with. If you had asked me last year who my person was, I would have said Tyler. No hesitation. No doubt. We'd been together for 2.5 years. Basically forever in college time. We were that couple everyone talked about. The ones who posted cringy couple photos with captions like, "My home in human form," and got 500 likes every damn time. I know. I was annoying. But I loved him. Like, for real. He got me. He remembered my coffee order, iced vanilla latte, extra vanilla, light ice. He rubbed my feet after I pulled all-nighters. He knew my period mood swings were a whole damn production and didn't flinch. I thought that kind of comfort meant we were solid. I thought comfort was love. Looking back now, I see it. The signs. The little things I brushed off because I didn't want to be that girl. He'd take his phone into the bathroom every time. He stopped tagging me in memes. He started saying I'll see if I can make it instead of I'll be there when it came to my plans. But the thing that stings the most? I ignored all of it. Because I trusted him. And because I didn't want to lose what we had. Then there was Zoe. My best friend. My day one. My ride or die since freshman year orientation, when we got lost trying to find the chem lab. We joked we shared a brain. We had sleepovers like we were 12 again. We shared everything: clothes, secrets, dreams. She even helped me plan Tyler's birthday party 3 months before mine. She picked out the cake, made the playlist, coordinated with his friends. She said, "You're the best girlfriend ever. He's so lucky to have you." Ironic, huh? The thing is, I never suspected her. Not once. Not until everything blew up. But I'm getting ahead of myself. My birthday was coming up my 23rd, and I was hyped. I hadn't celebrated properly in years, and I finally had the energy and space to throw a real party. It wasn't gonna be huge or wild. Just close friends, some good food, drinks, music, cute decorations, and the people I loved. Zoe offered to help, of course. Said she wanted to make sure everything was Pinterest-worthy. Tyler, meanwhile, seemed distracted. He said he was stressed. Finals, work, life. I bought it. I excused the late replies. The sudden weekend plans I wasn't invited to. The way he kept flipping his phone face down when we were together. I mean, I wasn't insecure, at least. I thought I wasn't. I didn't want to smother him. I wanted to be the chill girlfriend. Ugh. The night of the party came. My little apartment was glowing fairy lights, pastel balloons, a grazing table Zoe had set up that looked like something off a lifestyle blog. I wore this fitted lavender dress that made me feel like a baddie and a princess at the same time. People started showing up. Music vibed. Drinks flowed. Tyler was late. Like, an hour late. I texted him, trying not to freak out. "Hey, everything okay?" No response. I called. Straight to voicemail. Zoe came over and hugged me. Told me not to stress. Said he was probably just stuck in traffic or something dumb. I nodded and smiled like it didn't feel like my stomach was slowly caving in on itself. Then he walked in. Finally. With messy hair, half smile, holding a bottle of wine like a peace offering. He kissed my cheek and whispered, "Happy birthday, babe." But it felt wrong. Forced. Like someone was watching. And he was playing a part. And then everything just unraveled. Fast. He asked if he could say something. Got everyone's attention, like he was about to give a toast. I smiled. I thought he was about to do something sweet, cute, maybe even propose. Yes, I know. I cringe at myself too. He looked around, cleared his throat. "I wanted to be honest tonight. With all of you. Especially with you," he said, looking directly at me. "Zoe and I have been seeing each other for a while now." Laughter. Nervous chuckles. People thinking it was a joke. But he didn't smile. Neither did Zoe. She was standing by the kitchen counter, cheeks flushed, not looking at me. Just not looking at all. And I was frozen, still smiling. Like my face hadn't caught up to my brain. Like my soul hadn't registered the explosion yet. I blinked. "What?" He shrugged. "It just happened. We didn't mean for it to. But it did. And I figured tonight was a good time to come clean. Come clean. At my birthday. In front of everyone." I felt my knees give out a little. My best friend. My boyfriend. My whole heart just tossed in front of people like trash. I don't remember much after that. Someone turned the music down. Someone else gasped. I think I heard someone say, "Dude, are you serious?" I backed into the hallway, found the bathroom, locked the door. And I broke. Mascara streaked, chest heaving, hands trembling. I slid down the wall and just screamed silently into my hands. That was the night I thought I died a little inside. But spoiler alert, it was actually the night I started coming back to life. I don't know how long I stayed in that bathroom. Time didn't feel real. The music was muffled through the door. People were whispering outside like I was a wild animal they didn't want to spook. I stared at the sink, wondering if I could drown in it. Not literally, but emotionally. Maybe. Like if I held my face under long enough, I could just rinse off the whole night. There was a knock. Light. Hesitant. "Babe, can we talk?" Tyler's voice. "Can we talk?" Like we were in a damn rom-com. And this was the scene where the guy explains everything, and the girl forgives him, with teary eyes and a dramatic kiss. Nope. I didn't say anything. Then Zoe knocked. I didn't mean for it to happen like this, she said, her voice cracking. Like what? Like this? On my birthday? In front of everyone? With my world on fire? I still didn't say anything. I just stared at the chipped paint on the cabinet under the sink, like it was more important than their bullshit. Eventually, they left. I heard the party slowly dying, people trickling out. Some stayed, probably to gossip. I didn't care. I felt like I'd been skinned. Like my insides were raw and exposed, and everyone had just taken turns poking at them. When I finally came out, the apartment was mostly empty. Zoe was gone. Tyler was gone. Only Ava, my roommate, was there, crouched on the couch with a garbage bag in one hand and a worried look in her eyes. She saw me and opened her arms. I collapsed into her. No words, just sobs. The kind that wreck your whole body. The kind that leave your throat sore and your chest hollow. "I've got you," she whispered, stroking my hair. "You're okay." But I wasn't. Not even close. That night, I slept in her bed. She tucked me in like a toddler, brought me water, took my phone so I wouldn't drunk text anyone something messy. And honestly, she saved me. That's how low I was. I needed someone to literally save me from myself. The next morning, I woke up with puffy eyes, a pounding headache, and the worst emotional hangover of my life. I checked my phone. 16 texts from Tyler, 5 missed calls from Zoe, dozens of DMs from people who were at the party or heard about it. I didn't open a single one. I left them all on read. Or unread, technically. Didn't matter. Instead, I sat on the couch in one of Ava's oversized sweatshirts, holding a mug of tea she'd made, and just stared at the wall. This is what heartbreak feels like, I remember thinking. Like actual, physical pain, like your ribs are too small to hold your grief. I wanted to scream, throw something, smash Tyler's stupid Xbox controller that he left at my place, like an idiot. But I didn't even have the energy. I just existed. Ava tiptoed around me like I was a wounded animal. She didn't push, didn't pry, she just existed with me. Which, honestly, was the best thing anyone could have done. By day 3, the sadness started to morph into something else. Anger, pure, red, rage. Every time I thought about them kissing behind my back, whispering lies while smiling to my face, I felt a fire rise in my chest. How dare they? How dare they humiliate me like that? I wasn't perfect, sure, but I didn't deserve that. I started replaying every moment, every red flag, every suspicious text Zoe had sent me, where she'd said things like, "Tyler's being so weird lately," or "Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on him for you." I wanted to punch my past self in the face for being so damn trusting. Then, on day 4, I cracked. I opened his last text. I know it was fed up how it happened. I want to explain. "Please, you meant everything to me. I messed up, but I still love you." Oh, now he wanted to talk. Now he loved me. Sick joke. I didn't respond. I needed to get out, needed to breathe. So I got dressed. Like, actually dressed. I put on a cute outfit, fixed my hair, even put on a little makeup, not for anyone else, just to feel like I had control over something. Ava raised her eyebrows like, "Okay, queen," but didn't say anything. I went to my favorite cafe, the one I used to go to when I needed to journal or vibe alone. Sat by the window with a chai latte and my laptop, even though I had zero intention of being productive. That's when I saw him, Tyler, outside, across the street, holding Zoe's hand. My stomach dropped. They didn't see me. She was laughing at something. He kissed the top of her head. And just like that, the little thread holding me together snapped again. But not in the way you think. I didn't cry. I didn't hide. I stood up. I walked out the cafe. I crossed the damn street. And when they finally noticed me, Tyler's eyes going wide, Zoe's face going pale, I just smiled. The fakest, most Barbie-core, venom-laced smile I could muster. "Oh hey," I said. "Cute couple. Hope you guys choke." And then, I walked away. Power? Power. That was the first moment I felt it again. That was the first moment I realized this wasn't the end of my story. It was just the thing beginning. After that street confrontation, if you could even call it that, I went back to the cafe, sat down, and started laughing. Like, actual giggle snickering to myself like a psycho. The barista probably thought I was losing it, but honestly, I didn't care. For the first time in days, I felt something other than devastation. Power. Sass. Petty satisfaction. I didn't need to scream or cry or break something. Just those 5 words, "Hope you guys choke," had scratched a primal itch deep in my soul. I still felt like a human car crash, but now there was direction? Maybe? That night, Ava walked into our apartment with 2 bottles of wine and a grocery bag full of frozen snacks and was like, "All right, cleanse night. No men, no sad music, no Instagram creeping." I nodded, even though I'd absolutely been stalking Zoe's account earlier and saw she'd already archived every single post with me in it. Cute. We watched Legally Blonde, ate dinosaur nuggets, and yelled bend and snap like our lives depended on it. Somewhere in the middle of Elle Woods rejecting that crusty Warner and slaying at Harvard, something inside me started shifting. I wasn't Elle. Not yet. But I could become her. I needed a plan. A reset. A total reboot of myself. So I did what any post-breakup girly with Wi-Fi does. I made a list. Operation, rise the hell up. No contact. Like, strict. No Tyler, no Zoe, no peeking. Get hot. Gym, skincare, real meals. Not just toaster waffles and rage coffee. New goals. Career stuff. Creative projects. Anything that made me feel like I had a future again. Revenge body. Not for him. For me. But okay, also a little for revenge. Glorious passive-aggressive glow-up on social media. Because petty is still a love language. The next morning, I deleted every photo of Tyler and me. Unfollowed him. Unfollowed her. Blocked their numbers. I made a new playlist called Main Character Energy. Started walking more. Drinking water like a desert camel. Journaling, meditating. Doing that hot girl SHT I used to side-eye. It didn't magically make me feel amazing. I still had days where I stared at the ceiling like a Victorian widow. But it was something. Then came the job stuff. I'd been low-key coasting in my admin assistant gig at this tiny marketing firm. It was fine. Boring. Paid the bills. But now? I was itching for more. I wanted to build something. I wanted a career that felt mine. So I dusted off this old dream I'd had about starting a content studio, editing, branding, copywriting, visuals, all that jazz. I had skills. I'd just never believed in them enough to do something real with them. Until now. Cue manic Google sessions, YouTube rabbit holes, and me texting Ava at 3 a.m. like, is this domain name cute or lame? Every other night. She was a champ about it, bless her heart. I made a little brand, built a website, created a TikTok, nothing wild, just little steps. And then, one day, I woke up and realized I hadn't thought about Tyler in like 3 days. Wild. But even wilder, when I did think about him, it wasn't with pain. It was with pity. Because while I was out here rebuilding, thriving, glowing like a damn lava lamp of self-worth, he was still the same guy who thought cheating at a birthday party was acceptable behavior. Trash. Then the universe, in all its chaotic glory, gave me the gift I didn't know I needed. Zoe slid into my DMs. Yep. After weeks of silence, she messaged me like nothing had happened. Hey babe, I know you probably hate me. I've just been thinking about you a lot. I miss you. I miss us. Can we talk? I stared at the message for a full 5 minutes. And then I laughed. Again. Like, full-on sitcom audience laughter. I didn't reply. Instead, I screenshot it. Sent it to Ava. Captioned the AUDACITYYYYYYYY. She responded with 30 skull emojis. I archived the message and went back to editing a client's Instagram carousel. That was the moment I knew I was different now. Before, I would have folded, responded, tried to be the bigger person. Now? Nah. I was the bigger person because I was too busy building something real to give my energy to snakes. And Tyler? He was next. But not in the way you think. About a month post-birthday apocalypse, I was walking back from the gym, feeling kinda invincible in my oversized hoodie and biker shorts, blasting Beyoncé in my ears like I was the main character of a Nike ad. My cheeks were flushed, legs sore, and for once, I didn't mind the ache. It felt like proof that I was actually doing something. Moving forward. I got home, threw myself on the couch, opened my laptop, and boom, there it was. An email from Tyler. Subject line, hey, I'm sorry. I literally said out loud, of course you are, and clicked it open purely out of morbid curiosity, like watching a car crash in slow motion. I know I don't deserve a response. I just needed to say I'm sorry. What I did was cruel. There's no excuse. I've been thinking about you a lot lately. You didn't deserve what happened. You were the best thing in my life, and I ruined it. He went on for 4 paragraphs. Apologies. Excuses masked as context. Some weird humble brag about how things haven't been the same since we ended. Like no shit, Sherlock. I didn't cry. I didn't feel flattered. I felt embarrassed for him. Because while I was out here getting clients, lifting weights, and finally sleeping through the night, he was clearly spiraling into an emo regret phase. And no shade, but if Zoe was so amazing, why was he writing me? Anyway, I closed the email. Didn't reply. Didn't even archive it. I deleted it. Poof. Gone. That weekend, Ava and I went to this rooftop mixer her friend from work was hosting. Think fairy lights, vibey music, people dressed like Pinterest boards. I wasn't looking for anything. I was just there to flirt with the idea of having fun again. That's when I met Jamie. Okay, let me clarify, this is not a new man save me situation. I wasn't looking to be rescued. I didn't even want to rebound. But Jamie was refreshing. He wasn't trying to impress me with ego. He wasn't flexing or hovering or doing that weird thing where guys make everything a competition. He just talked, asked questions, listened. He made me laugh until I almost snorted my drink, And when he found out what I was working on with my little studio, he said, "Damn, that's hot." I blinked. What? That ambition, that drive. You built something out of pain. That's hot as hell. Cue internal screaming. We exchanged numbers. I walked away, grinning like a dumbass. But here's the plot twist. I didn't fall headfirst into some new situationship. I took my time, we texted a little, went for coffee, then another, then a late night walk. I told him up front I wasn't ready for anything serious, and he respected that like a grown adult. Shocking, I know. Meanwhile, Zoe kept trying. A second DM, then a third, then a text from a new number, because I'd blocked the first one. She said she'd made a huge mistake, that she and Tyler were on a break, and she felt completely lost. I felt nothing. No anger, no satisfaction, just nothing. Which, honestly, was the most powerful feeling of all. Because it meant I had healed. Because it meant they no longer had access to my heart, or my mind, or even my attention. And that was freedom. At this point, the girl I used to be the one crying in the bathroom on her birthday felt like a different person. A ghost. I'd outgrown her. I still loved her, I still carried her in my chest. But I wasn't her anymore. I was the girl who had a growing business, with actual paying clients. Could do 5 real push-ups. Okay, almost 5. Didn't shrink herself to be chill or convenient for anyone, and most importantly, had her damn sparkle back. Then came the real cherry on top. One of Tyler's friends, Dan, who had always low-key flirted with me, slid into my DMs. Just a casual, "Hey, haven't seen you around. You look amazing." Ava and I cackled so loud we scared the cat. I didn't reply. But I did post a picture that night. Just a mirror selfie. Post-workout glow. Hair in a messy bun. Little caption that said unbothered. Moisturized. Thriving. Living my best life. Tyler saw it. Liked it. And that was the closest he was ever getting to me again. About 2 months after the big betrayal, I had completely reclaimed my Sundays. Where they used to be about cuddling on the couch with Tyler, watching shows I didn't care about just to be close to him, now they were mine. I'd start the day with a solo bagel run, spend a few hours working on client designs, then FaceTime the girls, and debrief about literally everything. I had officially become that girl, the one who drank iced coffee in winter, lit a different candle for each mood, and had a notes app full of affirmations. It was kind of amazing. One particular Sunday, I was deep in a group chat rabbit hole with Ava and our other 2 college besties, Nadia and Sam. The chat name was Hot Girl Reclamation Squad, renamed after the betrayal, obviously. We were talking about our weekend updates. Nadia went on a Hinge date with a guy who said vibe 5 times in one sentence. Sam was debating cutting her bangs again. And Ava was roasting a Tinder dude who listed crypto as his top hobby. Then Ava dropped it. "You guys, you're not gonna believe who I just saw at Trader Joe's." Me? If you say Tyler, I'm logging off. Worse, my stomach clenched. Worse, Zoe, alone, crying, on the phone. I literally saw her wipe snot with her sleeve. Okay, I know I shouldn't have felt anything. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't feel that warm little flicker of cosmic justice. Apparently Zoe was on the phone, begging someone to just listen and please stop making it about control. Yikes. Sam plot twist she got cheated on. Nadia Karma's got faster Wi-Fi these days. I didn't respond right away. Instead, I just stared at my phone, heart weirdly calm. Old me would have spiraled into some identity crisis over this. Would have wondered, did Tyler leave her like he left me? Did she finally get what she deserved? But new me just shrugged and sipped my iced matcha. Later that night, Ava flopped onto the couch next to me, her face glowing with the same energy people get after telling off their ex's mom at brunch. I didn't talk to her, by the way, she said. Zoe. I saw her in the frozen aisle and straight up walked the other way. Not my circus. I smiled. She's not even a clown. She's the whole damn tent. We high-fived, cackled, and ordered pad thai. In the middle of the meal, I checked my business email and gasped so hard I choked on a noodle. Oh my god. What? Ava leaned in like we were in a spy movie. I turned my phone to show her the screen. An influencer an actual micro-influencer with 50K followers, had found my design page and wanted to book a branding package. She said she loved my aesthetic and felt seen by the stuff I was putting out. I was stunned. Like, literal mouth open, fork in midair stunned. Ava squealed, "Babe, this is it. You're happening." And she was right. I wasn't just moving on, I was ascending. Now, let me clarify. I wasn't magically rich or booked out overnight. I still had to fight imposter syndrome, chase invoices, juggle side gigs to pay rent. But every win felt huge. Every OMG this is amazing email from a client was a shot of dopamine straight to my chest. More than that, I was slowly building a version of myself that didn't rely on someone else's validation. I wasn't waiting for anyone to say good job or I'm proud of you. I was proud of me. And then, just when I thought the plot had settled, I got a notification. An Instagram follow request from his sister, Mia, Tyler's sister. She and I had always gotten along, but we'd stopped talking cold turkey after the breakup. For obvious reasons. I clicked her profile. It was public. Her most recent post? A mirror selfie with the caption, "Family loyalty only goes so far. Real ones don't stay silent." My jaw dropped. The comments were chaotic. People asking what she meant. Someone tagging Tyler. Another comment with just a popcorn emoji. I didn't know the full story yet, but I had a gut feeling something had gone down. Something big. And suddenly, I had no interest in the popcorn. I had better things to do, like respond to my new client, or book my next spin class, or write another invoice under my own damn name. Because while they were over there unraveling, I was building, piece by piece, and I was just getting started. 3 days after Mia posted that spicy little subtweet on steroids, I got a DM from her. "Hey, I know this is random, but can we talk?" Now look, I liked Mia. Always did. She wasn't like her brother, she actually had a moral compass. But I also wasn't in the mood for some, "he's really sorry" damage control mission from Camp Tyler. Still, curiosity got me. I responded. "Depends what about," she replied in seconds. "About them. I think you deserve to know what really happened." Pause. Deep breath. I texted Ava. "I think I'm about to enter the bonus level of this breakup game." Her reply. "Don't get emotional. Get the tea." So I agreed to meet Mia for coffee the next day. We picked this neutral little cafe downtown, where nobody would overhear us unless they were aggressively into oat milk lattes and emotional trauma. She walked in, looking sheepish but determined, same nervous energy people get before confessing they killed your houseplant. We ordered drinks, sat, and then she hit me with it. "They didn't just start hooking up a few weeks before your birthday," she said, eyes wide, like she was admitting to a federal crime. It had been going on for months. I felt the breath get knocked out of me. Months. Not a slip-up, not a one-time mistake. A whole damn side relationship. I blinked at her. "How many months?" "At least 4, she whispered. 4. That would have put it right around the time Zoe had started hanging out with Tyler without me. When she said she was helping him plan something special for me. When she was texting me about how I deserved better, and how I shouldn't stress if he seemed distant. The irony made my jaw lock. She told him she was falling for him, Mia continued, and he kept saying he was confused. That he still loved you but didn't want to miss out on her either. I scoffed. Wow. So he wanted his main course and his side dish at the same table. Pretty much, she muttered, sipping her coffee like she hated it. Then she said something that genuinely stopped me cold. He wanted to break up with you quietly. Said he was gonna phase it out slowly. But she convinced him to do it at the party. Said it would be liberating, to be honest. Liberating? My birthday party was their freaking liberation movement? I was speechless. Mia looked horrified just repeating it. She added, "When I found out, I told him he was disgusting. We haven't talked since. That's why I posted what I did." I nodded, emotions swirling like a blender with the lid off. Honestly, it didn't hurt the way I thought it would. It just made me feel validated. Like, I knew something had been off. My gut hadn't been wrong. I just ignored it because I loved him. Because I didn't think people who say I love you could be so calculated. Spoiler alert, they can. We talked a bit longer. Mia hugged me before we left and whispered, "I hope you never take him back." "I won't," I said. And I meant it. Because now I had confirmation. Not just of the betrayal, but of the full circus it really was behind the scenes. And here's the kicker. Later that night I checked my DMs again, because I'm a glutton for punishment, apparently. And guess who had crawled out of the shadows? Yep, Tyler. "Hey, I know I'm probably the last person you want to hear from. But I'd really appreciate if you could give me a chance to talk. One last time." I stared at the screen like it owed me money. I screenshotted it, sent it to the group chat, captioned, I guess, "The circus is back in town. Ava, he wants one last time." Like this is a rom-com and not a Greek tragedy. Nadia, tell him to go talk to a therapist. Or a brick wall. Same difference. Sam, honestly, leave him on read. It's more savage. They were right. I didn't need closure. I was the closure. So I left him on read. No angry reply. No dramatic send-off. No "you hurt me but I forgive you" Oscar speech. Just silence. That night I journaled something I still come back to. You don't owe explanations to people who watched you drown and brought popcorn instead of a life vest. Tyler and Zoe weren't just a mistake I had to get over. They were a lesson I refused to repeat. Okay, I won't lie, after I left Tyler on read, I checked to see if he'd unsent the message. He hadn't. That told me everything I needed to know. He wanted me to see it. He wanted me to know he was still thinking about me, regretting it, hoping I'd crack just enough to give him some attention. That desperation hits different when you're not the one feeling it. But me? I had other plans. My content studio had officially launched its first full rebrand project with that influencer. And let me tell you, watching your work go live on someone else's platform, seeing the comments roll in, like, "OMG, this is such a vibe," and "Who did your graphics?" That hit hard. And yes, I may or may not have posted a subtle little Instagram story from my laptop, captioned, "Building something that can't be broken by boy drama main character era passive aggressive." Maybe. Factual? Absolutely. The messages started rolling in. People who had quietly unfollowed me during the breakup suddenly remembered I existed. Girls from college I hadn't spoken to in forever messaged me things like, "You're glowing," or "Dude, I just saw what you're working on. Killing it." I mean, yeah, I was. But here's the best part. One night, I got tagged in a post by a mutual friend, one of those girls who had been at my birthday party when the bomb dropped. Her post was a photo dump from a small girls' night. And guess who was not in the photos? Zoe. But guess who was? Half the people she used to hang out with. All smiling, clinking glasses, living. The comment section? Savage. Zoe the homewrecker. Okay, no, not really, but that's what I read when I saw her username commented. Sad I missed it. No one replied. No one liked it. I actually had to set my phone down because the secondhand embarrassment was that strong. It hit me all over again. Zoe hadn't just lost me. She'd lost everything. Our friend group. Her it girl reputation. The effortless, center-of-the-room energy she used to thrive off. And for what? A crusty man with no emotional depth and 2 rotating pairs of pants? Couldn't be me. Meanwhile, Jamie, remember him? Rooftop party guy was slowly becoming a consistent little sparkle in my life. Still casual, still safe, but real. He'd started calling me CEO girl, which made me snort the first time he said it. Every time we hung out, he'd ask how my projects were going, cheer me on when I booked a new client, and even offered to help shoot content for one of my social media campaigns. Not in a let me take control kind of way. In a you're a badass and I want to help you shine brighter kind of way. Which, honestly, was hotter than any six-pack or fancy car. But I kept things slow. I didn't want to fall into another Tyler situation where love blinded me to red flags. I made sure my boundaries were clear. My independence was non-negotiable. I needed to know I could stand on my own before I let someone stand beside me. And I could. I really truly could. One night, Jamie and I were sitting on my balcony, passing a bowl of popcorn between us, and he looked at me and said, "You're not like anyone I've met before. You know that, right?" I didn't roll my eyes, didn't downplay it, didn't say lol stop. I just smiled. Because finally I believed it too. I wasn't like anyone else. I'd gone through hell, been burned to the bone, and still came out radiant. And as I leaned back, listening to the soft city noise, feeling the weight of Tyler's betrayal finally lift off my chest like old smoke, I realized this. The best revenge isn't a clapback, or a new man, or even a perfect Instagram post. It's peace. It's building a life so full, so rich, so genuinely you, that the people who tried to break you don't even fit into the frame anymore.